Howdy and welcome to BCIS 1305. I'm going to give you a brief course overview to help you navigate the course, and you have to understand that the course that I'm using to create this course overview is actually a master course that I will be using for all my courses, and so all of the content is not in there, but I'm going to show you the tabs and you're going to find what you need. The first thing you'll see is that there's a note in here about an introductory email, which you should have already received. And then this says, welcome Carolyn, but it really is welcoming you, and tells you that in order to start working, you want to go to the content module. But first, let's go ahead and explore the other modules. We don't use Dropbox. Your progress module is where you're going to find grades and a class list if you want it, resources, everything that you should need. If you need to go and talk to Disability Services because you have a learning disability and you need some accommodations, please do so. Those accommodations are there for you, and I'm happy to help you in any way that I can. I would also strongly urge you to learn about the Writing Center, because you're going to be doing a lot of writing in college, and being able to get help with that is huge. You need that feedback on your writing so that you can improve more quickly. Tools is where you're going to find email and a class list and some other tools. So the syllabus is going to be right here. You're going to be able to click it. It is not live right now because this is not a live course, but the syllabus will be available there. Right here you have Pearson, and that is a link to My Lab and Mastering, which is where the actual exercises will be found. Now let's go into the Content tab and have a quick look. Quick if it'll load quickly. All right, so first of all, let's start at the orientation. And in this orientation module, as soon as it loads, there's a picture of me, and there's a little bit about me. There's things about how to contact me. I realize that you are taking a distance course because you have other job responsibilities or childcare responsibilities, and the 8 to 5 doesn't work for you. And for that reason, I try to be available on weekends to answer your questions. And I really try to answer questions within an hour when you email me, because I want you to be able to continue your work and not to have to wait to hear from me. I am an early riser, consequently I go to bed early, so you will have my phone number and you can text me if it's after 8, and if I'm awake, I'll check my email. So a text, Miss Lowry, check your email, that's great. And I will go ahead and get back with you immediately. And if I'm asleep, well, you're just going to have to wait. I'll be glad to get in touch with you at 4 o'clock in the morning when I wake up. But you go ahead and let me know what time is good for you, because that just happens to be the schedule that I live my life on. And it's very important that you understand about attendance. And attendance is compulsory, and your attendance is judged based upon the amount of work that you do. So you have to complete at least 75% of the assigned work, or you will be counted absent for 1 week. And after the second week, you're going to be administratively dropped. Your grading feedback is immediately, because the grading engine grades it. The grading engine is not perfect, and especially on the simulations or the study plans. And for that reason, that particular aspect of it is only 2% of your grade. Cheating will be detected. Don't do it. It's serious. If you have questions about technology, there are a lot of learning resources for you at this page, and I suggest that you go there and get the info that you need, and you can also get in touch with me. It's important that you understand netiquette for online classes. We want to be sensitive to other students. We want to make sure that our comments are constructive and helpful and never destructive or demeaning. And this is just about the student resources. You have certain rights and responsibilities, as do I. Our textbook is available in the bookstore. You need to make certain that you get the right package, because it has to have the My IT Lab with it. There are no course prerequisites, but if you are not fairly decent at keyboarding, you are going to have a difficult time keeping up. So I would suggest that you work on improving your keyboarding skills. After reading this, you're going to take the syllabus quiz, read the syllabus, take the syllabus quiz. It's worth 2 quiz grades. And so here's some accessibility information, privacy statements, view the syllabus, take the syllabus quiz, and this is the information from my lab and publisher electronic content. Now, the next module, and unfortunately we have to scroll all the way back up here, is, it's not playing well with me, tech support and resources. And this is actually really important. And it's not taking us there. There we go, tech support and resources. Okay. Again, it says, please review and adhere to the netiquette for online student resources. All right, here is the student-free version of Microsoft Office, which you need, and the information that you need to download it. And then there's a document here about tips and tricks. And as the semester goes on, I will add other documents when students have difficulty with a particular skill. This one you want to review for several reasons, and I'm going to wait for it to load so that I can show you a couple of the things that are in here. One of the things is that every time that you go to download materials, the first thing that you're going to download is always going to be your instructions. The second thing is going to be the student file that you're going to work with, and then after that are other working files. So if you will keep that in mind, the one with your name on it, the second one that you download, is always going to be the working file that you will start with. Now, there's some deciphering that kind of needs to happen with the instructions with my IT lab. So I have right here an example, and it says, click slide 4 and select heat loss, apply the fill blue background color to inner shadow word art style to the text. So it gives you all this information before it tells you it's word art style. And you're going to know that there's a button for fill, there's a button for background color, and there's inner shadows. But this is all talking about a word art style, so you're going to need to learn to get past the details to find out what it's talking about, and then go look for it. And then it wants you to apply the triangle up warp transform effect. So, another thing that is really important is that when the instructions tell you to go to a certain page and a certain paragraph, they're also going to tell you the content you're looking for. So be sure you find the content. If the content is not on the page, then there's a problem with your margins, paragraph spacing, or page breaks. So here's the example. Place the insertion point after the period ending in the first paragraph on the second page, and then it says ending in upon graduation. So if upon graduation is not the first paragraph on the second page, then you have a problem with margins, paragraph spacing, or page breaks. And then further down, there are some things to help you with Excel, and I will add other tips in as students encounter problems, because I've created these tips because of problems that students encountered in the past. Now, when I get up here and I want to go back to the table of contents, I just follow my breadcrumb trail back to the table of contents. And then we're going to look at the first unit and how it is that you are going to go through your assignments just as soon as it goes there. All right. So let's go to, I'm going to go to Unit 2, Word. Because Unit 1 with Windows 10, Introduction and Common Features, it is a little bit different than every other unit. It doesn't have quite the same exercises for you to do because it really is just an introductory unit. It's important and I want you to follow through. It's going to have a checklist just like this Unit 2 Word will. And that checklist will contain hyperlinks to all of your assignments. So the first thing you'll see when you open up the unit is that there is an explanation of exactly what it is that you are expected to learn and how that relates to the course overall. So the overall course objectives are down here, and right here it tells you which one of these objectives are met in this particular module outcome, and then which assessments are measuring it, which instructional materials are going to teach you that, and then your learner activities. So that's there for every unit. Now we're at Chapter 1 assignments. If we click here, I've tried to make this as easy as I can, and there's a lot of ways to get to it, but now this is here so that you know exactly what to do and you can check it off. So read Chapter 1, view the recorded lecture. The recorded lecture is not in here right now, but the publisher presentation is, and the recorded lecture will be in there by the time that the course goes live. And all you will have to do for the recorded lecture, just like the publisher presentation, is click on the button, and that is going to come up for you. So there you go. There's your presentation. And then when I go down here, there's complete the quiz, and these are all hyperlinks. You're going to click on that link and it should take you to the quiz. All right, so I switched this to view as a student so that whenever I click on these hyperlinks, they will actually open for you. So there we go. It is opened into my IT lab. It opened into a separate window so that you can go ahead and complete the assignment. And everyone is a hyperlink. Now, if I click back in here and I go back to Unit 2 Word, you'll find that there is a discussion link down here. It is also in your checklist, and you can link directly to the discussion. So here's the discussion about customizing Word. And then here are the chapter videos if you want more on the videos. So there's a guided practice video, there's a YouTube version of it, and then you can always get to my IT lab through these links as well. But the links on the checklist take you directly to your assignment, and you don't have to go through here and find the content. I will have another video on navigating my IT lab so that if your hyperlinks don't work for some reason, you do know how to get it another way. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to the course, and I hope that you are too.